all the players at training venues, so many hurdles to get over and hoops to get through, but the
talkSPORT Clips of the Week.
Yes, it's Clips of the Week time. And Andy, we want to kick us off?
Yes, we start with Tony Cascarino on the Weekend Sports Breakfast being rudely interrupted.
Let's just take a different track there, Anne-Marie, because Phil Neville's been talked about in the women's game, and it looks like he wants to go back into the men's game. Tell us how the feeling...
There we are. That wasn't the only dog that wanted to get in on the act this week on talkSPORT. So, 5 subs. There's a bit of pushback on that in some quarters from those teams that they have... Oh, there's the dog. Just chatting to Martin
aggressive.
Lipton. Yeah, he was quite aggressive.
Lippo's dog was a bit more aggressive than Tony's. This is Jim White and Natalie Sawyer chatting to French football expert Julien Laurent.
Julian, your fee remains the same, does it, mate? Or can we expect an inflated one coming in shortly?
No. We're friends here, so it's fine.
Oh, I like that. If you were here now, I would give you a French kiss.
I think he meant on both cheeks, didn't he? I think that's what Jim was aiming at, but I don't know.
Come out like that, though, did it, really?
Yeah. Here's Georgie Bingham on the Weekend Breakfast with a question for Scottish correspondent David Tanner.
What's your kind of big headline news stroke movement kind of thing that's happened in Scotland this week?
Oh my goodness me, where to begin? I mean, it's all about Hearts at the moment, isn't it? And their bid to get recycling.
Yeah, Hearts bid to get recycling.
Reinstated, I think.
Reinstated, but possibly, or maybe not, because I know somebody up in Edinburgh, and he had a look through their bins the other day, and did notice a few bits of plastic in the gardening bin. So maybe there is a recycling issue there. What's next, Andy?
It's Nigel Botherway on Fisherman's Blues, subtly trying to increase his listeners in South Africa.
If we don't get any rain between now and then, it could be really, really grim. Thames is quite good. Thames has got a decent flow and a decent colour. It looks absolutely spot on, in fact.
Infect. It's great, isn't it? Just the odd infect. Yes, an infect.
Yes, Nigel, I love Fisherman's Blues.
The old Cape Town receiver will start twitching. It's definitely going to happen. This is Danny Kelly with a proud boast.
It's an absolute belter, of course, from that period of the Rolling Stones history where they decided they would be funky. I own, of course, a massive pink 12-inch.
Dirty boy.
Is it you? It's you, or is it me?
No,
it's me, sorry. And this is the TalkSPORT Caller of the Week to the Sports Bar.
Ken's a Spurs fan, he's up next. Hello, Ken, good evening.
Hello, lads, how are you?
Well, good, Kenneth. Are you a Kenneth or a Kenny, or what are you?
A bit of both. A bit of all. Ken, Kenny, Kenneth.
Are you named after anyone famous, Ken?
Yes, I'm actually. Matt Monroe.
talkSPORT Caller of the Week.
Ask your granddad, kids, Matt Monroe. Yeah.
Why? That makes no sense.
Very good.
Matt's real name wasn't even Kenneth. We did look it up. We thought it might be, but it wasn't.
It wasn't. What's the frequency? Matt Monroe. So here's Sam Matterface watching the Bundesliga.
And the Berlin boys are 1-0 up, and it's the first goal of the day. Have some of that.
I'm a bit weird. Yeah, you're right, Sam. That's strange.
Exactly. I know, you went a bit cockney there, didn't he?
He did, didn't he?
And the Berlin boys are 1-0 up, and it's the first goal of the day. Have some of that.
God bless you, Governor, and no mistake. The real topser. Right, what's next, Andy?
It's Ian Holloway discussing his frustrations with restarting football.
We should be told what we should do, you know, and until we do that, we're not governed right. The government should definitely put someone in place, someone clever like,
Yeah, we understand all these issues. It's quite hard to find someone clever at the moment, isn't it? It's not easy done, top of your head. Here's Cass again on his old club, Chelsea.
Abramovich was back in this club with huge, made lots of great signings. Damien Duff, Claude McAnally.
Claude McAnally, he was fantastic.
I liked him.
To be fair, Chelsea as well, in the 80s, they also tried to sign Villa's Alan McAlaley before he went to Bayern. He was very good. Yeah.
And staying with Weekend Breakfast, here's producer Reese sending a question in their time tunnel quiz.
Can you tell me when Chelsea signed Danish superstar Brian Laudrup from Chelsea?
Yeah, nice reaction, I thought, to that question from Georgie. She's obviously got very fond memories of when Chelsea sold Laudrup to Chelsea. Yeah, I hope that's what it was anyway. So, talking of which, Andy, what's next?
It's back to Danny Kelly, this time chatting to David Tanner, and we're not sure what David was up to as Danny put this question to him.
Johnny Hayes, I wasn't surprised. That perhaps hasn't quite established himself there and is now reaching to the sort of autumn of his career, but you can tell me. But what about Jozo Simunovic?
Wales song, wasn't it?
But yeah, it wasn't Wales song, Baby Elephant. I don't know what David was doing there. I don't know, maybe he was going down Hearts Bins. And staying with Danny, here he is looking ahead to tomorrow on talkSPORT.
Should be a belting show. That's talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Ali McCoyster, Freddie McClintock tomorrow morning.
Big fan of Freddie McClintock.
I like
He's very
Freddie
good, isn't he?
Honestly, I would say, I mean, we all know Danny's a brilliant broadcaster, but I don't think he's hardly ever been in the clips a week.
He has
about 3 times in 1 week.
One clip every 6 months, Danny, but
this is a bumper.
His big pink 12-inch, really, we couldn't ignore that, could we?
No, of course not. And this is the Moose on Jim and Natalie's show, presenting us with a mental image we could really do without at 11 o'clock in the morning.
Natalie,
I gave him that.
How are you about needles and injections? I've no problem with it.
It has to be done.
I've given blood on many occasions.
Yeah, no, I've had to do it. So yeah, I don't have a problem with it.
I'm in the same bed as Simon Jordan.
Get out! I can't get it out of my head. Once it's there in your head, you can't get rid of it.
What an image.
If the Moose is in the same bed as Simon Jordan, I would guarantee they're the most expensive sheets he's ever slept on. Wouldn't you say? I'm going black or gold silk for the Moose.
I can see Moose just sliding clean off the bed with those.
like he's in a paddling pool or something.
What a thought.
Yeah, well, it's just get out. I can't get rid of it, for goodness sake. Anyway, move on. Isn't it me? It's me.
I don't know, it doesn't matter. Okay,
yeah, it doesn't matter. Go on, it's me. It's Ray Parlour on Breakfast with his memories of playing a lot of games.
What I found when I was playing is that the recovery rate was so much slower when I got older. So when I'm 32, you'll play a game on a Saturday and you'll still be aching a little bit on the Monday and Tuesday. And you might have a game on a Wednesday, where I was a lot younger. I'd be fine on a Sunday and Monday, going into training Monday. I thought, yeah, great, I'm ready to go again.
And as you can imagine, that did remind us of something.
Of course.
You'll still be aching a little bit on the Monday and Tuesday. And you might have a game on a Wednesday. You'll play a game on a Saturday. I'll be fine on a Sunday.
There we are. Together at last. Great David and Ray Parlour. Thank you to everybody who suggested clips that were played this week. Marco Berti, Steve Bacon, Jonathan Turner, Stuart Lewis, Gary, Lee Cusack, Roger in Durham, Iron Buddy, Mark My Words, can't be the one who used to be on the tube, David Walton, Jim Shelley and Dave Clark.
Oliver, it's time. Has the planet been evacuated yet? Not entirely. Then it's not time.
Well, nobody will have a... Well, they will do, because people who have watched the TV series. This is where I got this off. And he's become huge. I've watched them all. The Green Harrow.